Welcome to Everything But the Kitchen Dink, the podcast where we discuss all things pickleball with your hosts, Rob and Andy.
Welcome back to Everything But the Kitchen Dink.
Welcome back, everybody.
That's better, Andy.
Welcome back, Robert. Thanks for joining us today after
You're very welcome.
New announcement of your camper van. Been on holiday, have you?
Well, we'll talk about that. Yes, I have bought a motorhome, which I've just been out in, actually, for the first time. I'll tell you all about it.
You might as well tell us now.
No, I'll tell you a bit later on. Let's just let's catch up on pickleball stuff. People want to hear about the pickleball world and our adventures. And we've had quite a few.
Well, it's fair to say it's been a bit of a roller coaster the last couple of weeks.
There's never a dull moment,
no,
is there?
It really isn't. And sometimes I think we're just going to have a normal week in between podcasts, but we had to miss one. Apologies for that, because we actually had a tournament last week.
Yes, so we had the finals of the.
No, that was the week before.
Was it?
You've totally lost track of time, haven't you?
I have. Well, let's start with that one first, because that was that precedes. How do you say it? Precedes.
Precedes.
No, it's not precedes. It's pre.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know. Anyway, it's the one before.
Right. Okay.
So it was the finals, the big finals of the league, and we, GM Pickleball, made it to the finals, and Robert got COVID. Yes. It's one thing after another. And I missed my daughter's graduation, and I missed the finals, and I missed going to London with my son to see a show. I just feel like I can't win.
I mean,
I just can't win.
What have you had leading up to this? You had your
I had your
skin thing removed.
Yeah.
So that was 2
I had
weeks
my
out.
foot.
Then you came back
my foot.
and what did you come back for then?
I came back.
What did we have
for it was the last league tournament before the finals.
That's right. That we just scraped in off the back of somebody else losing a match.
Yeah, correct.
If you're new to this or you're listening from outside the country, the team league is basically, it's been going on for 9 months?
Yeah.
And there's divisions and teams all around the country, and we made the final 16. I think there was about 172.
Really? Was that many teams?
Yeah, somebody mentioned the figure of 172 teams, and the final 16, we made it in although we performed well throughout the season.
Yes. I mean,
strangely enough, they didn't take the season scores.
No.
They just took the last game.
Which was a bit naughty, really, because we've been in the top. Well, we've been in first place in the North for most of the months.
Yeah.
And the last one, we scraped through in third, funny enough.
Yeah. And then, so we were looking forward to it. It all seemed a bit rushed. It's actually a really good event, but it all seemed rushed. It was a case of they had one extra round that they weren't supposed to have. And then the grand final was 2 weeks later. So teams from all around the country were there. Like I said, we scraped in, and then you got COVID.
The week before I got COVID.
So
yeah,
I didn't tell anybody at the time that you had COVID.
Right.
Because I still harboured a hope that you might make it. But
you might be thinking, like, how did I know I had COVID? Because most people don't test anymore.
No, that's when I did mention to people that you had COVID.
Yeah.
The first thing I said is, who's testing for COVID?
Well, the reason I tested was because I had my daughter's graduation. My father-in-law is a big germaphobe, and I knew that he was going, and I didn't really want to put him in a position where I was going to give him something. And also,
but the other 500 people there.
Well, he's old,
but I suppose
and
you can't control that.
No,
he can't control you.
Yeah, so I did a test, and I knew. I
know when I've had it.
Yeah, I knew I had it. My head was banging. I had no taste or smell. I mean, I've never had that before with the taste and smell thing.
You've always had terrible taste.
Can smell you. But yeah,
as long as you don't taste me.
Oh dear.
Oh, moving on.
Yeah. Anyway, so I missed my daughter's graduation, and I missed the team finals, which I was.
I mean, your daughter's graduation is no big deal, is it? But missing the team finals.
Yeah, I was really upset because I've been looking forward to it.
And everyone felt so bad for you.
Yeah. Anyway, tell us how you got on in it, because without me, you were screwed.
Well, look, it's funny because the last episode was called "Just Say No," and it was about, the theme was it was me playing when I shouldn't have played, and it's funny how it just so happened that you had the same decision, but you made the right decision, and I made the wrong decision. You decided not to play, and I know that we missed you. However, had you have played, I know it would have been extremely difficult for you. And I think we decided on the Wednesday or Thursday.
I wasn't in a fit state.
There was no point.
No.
And, that was that. So you did the right thing.
Yeah.
However, it left us with a real dilemma of, we're not a big club.
No.
A lot of, we are a 3.5 plus club in Manchester where people travel to us. Mm-hmm. So it's a good standard club. You're going to get good games, but the problem is a lot of our members belong to other clubs.
Yeah.
So we have a very small squad. You're allowed a squad, I think, is it 8 or 10?
Yeah, it's 8.
So other teams on the day had a squad of 6 or 8, and then they could rotate the games. We didn't. We struggled, and at one point it looked like we might have to pull out, which would have been a great shame.
Yeah.
However, and this leads me on to another topic, we managed at the last minute, we asked quite a few people, but we managed to get somebody who, it was a difficult one, and it became toxic for a while, which I don't like, and I am going to go into.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I am going to go, because,
Well, first of all, can I shout out the person?
Yeah, of course you can.
So I'd just like to say thank you to Carl, who is a member at GM Pickleball and plays at our club. Now, when I spoke to the organisers of the event, the rules were that you had to have played twice in the league
for that team
to qualify. At this point, it was a case of, they said to me, just find someone that plays at your club, because it's harder for us to organise if you pull out the team. And as long as they've played at the club, we're happy for them to play. And Carl stepped in, and thank you to him.
I mean, at the last minute.
It was a last minute thing.
Yeah.
So go on, carry on with what you were saying.
So it was very good of him. It's caused a lot of problems for him because his other club has become quite toxic towards him, which is very disappointing because he wasn't picked. And it was just a little bit of an ugly side. We've spent so many episodes talking about how wonderful pickleball is and how it's saved people's lives. And, look at us.
Yeah.
Look how it's changed our lives. And people outside of pickleball don't realize it's, when you go to a tournament, when you go to an event, the most amazing part is seeing everybody there.
Yeah. The social side is
the camaraderie.
It's
amazing. But there is an ugly side to pickleball, and I saw it.
Yeah.
And,
well, I wasn't there. I didn't see it, but
he was good enough to step in for us at the last minute. He was doing nothing else. He wasn't picked, and now he's been ostracized by his other club, which,
it's a shame. It's a shame.
I don't like to see that. That's not pickleball.
No, it's not.
Nobody was murdered. Nobody was cheated on. It wasn't a Coldplay concert
or a Jet2 holiday. Yeah.
So anyway, he stepped in. He's a very improving player. I think he's only been playing about 18 months. He's going to be a really good player. He struggled at first. I mean, he got grief when he got there from his other club. That got in his head. It was difficult. How did we cope with the day? It was difficult. Well, we missed having you there.
I mean, one thing I noticed, obviously not being there, was the problem we have is with the team events, it's an open age thing. So if you're a club where you have a lot of youngsters and good youngsters, you're at an advantage, obviously, because, a 50 plus person against a 21-year-old, their reactions, their speed, it's a lot quicker. So, and a lot of clubs there on the day, our club, unfortunately, we don't have many youngsters there. So, in fact, I can't think, do we have anyone under the age of 40? Not many.
No.
So, other clubs around the country obviously do have some top players and top young talent as well. And it makes a difference when it comes to these things. So I think that was one of the things that our team struggled with on the day.
I think also
you did really well. I mean, the team did really well. We finished 10th in the end, didn't we?
Well, we finished 10th out of 16th, and when I come back and I tell people that we finished 10th out of 16th, it doesn't sound good.
No, but when you look at the standard and the age and everything else, you've got to take into account.
And getting to the finals in the first place.
Yeah.
And just going back to the age thing, we struggle. It all goes back to court availability for us because we can only get one club night a week. That's all we can find court availability for, which means we can't nurture talent, which is something we've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
But we can't bring on newbies on another night and nurture that talent and get them to a standard. It's just impossible. So
do you think that the team league, and I don't know how they do this, but do you think it should be age appropriate? Do you think they could do it as a 50+ team?
I mean, I had a chat with Martin, who organised it. Great guy. And you know, it's on the organisers. There is a committee, and he said they're going to go away and discuss everything.
Right. Okay.
Now, if you're listening, and I think you do listen,
Martin,
to the podcast, Martin, this is to you, Martin. Get rid of rally scoring, please. I'm begging you.
Yeah.
I mean, do I have to beg? If I do it right, I'm begging. Because, you know, I understand that there's restrictions on time, but I don't think pickleball should change just because of time restrictions. The game is a beautiful, beautiful game. It's missing something for rally scoring.
Yeah, I agree.
It goes basically, instead of playing to 11, and other people have said this to me, that we wonder if you play to 11 instead of rally scoring to 21,
would it be any slower?
Would it? Yeah.
Well, I think sometimes you can have a game that could last quite a bit longer. You know, you can go back and forth.
You can.
Overall,
that means it's a great game and a great game to play and a great game to watch.
I'm not an advocate for rally scoring. I can't stand it. I understand why they do it, but for me, you can't get any momentum going with rally scoring. Like, you serve one serve, and then it goes to the next person, your partner. And if you lose it,
look,
I
understand on TV. I understand rally scoring; it makes sense. But they're professionals. They're playing a professional game. We're not professionals. It's a
maybe they've done the maths and the time just doesn't work out with it.
It's a shame. That's all. And if there's any way you can get rid of rally scoring, please do. That's all I ask. Apart from that, you put together an amazing series of events, an amazing final. It was great. If we can do a 50+, that's over to you and your committee.
I know it's difficult.
I know it's difficult because then it means you're going to have another day or more courts, and it's difficult. And I understand. And I enjoy playing the youngsters. Never beat them, but that's a different matter. But my big bugbear, and it is a lot of other people have said to me, is rally scoring. So it can't just be me.
No, I'm not. As I said, I'm not a fan.
But having said that,
you did really well.
We did well. We played the first. Funnily enough, we are, as you know, we're now sponsored by Pickleball People.
Yeah,
we played their team. They sponsor a league team, and we played them first.
Right. Okay.
And it actually, thank God to the organisers that the Dream Breaker wasn't singles.
It was a doubles Dream Breaker.
It was a doubles Dream Breaker. So basically, it doesn't go on points. So the format is you play your 4 games, 2 gender, 2 mixed. And then if you win 2 games each, then it goes to Dream Breaker. It doesn't go on points. That's fine. It's no big deal. The Dream Breaker, it's all 4 of you playing, but you change every 4 points. So, so you decide your partnerships, you go on for 4 points, and then you switch. Okay. We won the Dream Breaker. We won our first match. Okay. The second match, to be honest, a couple of weeks has gone by, and I seem to, it goes a bit hazy. But the second match, it was difficult with me and Carl, who was the stand-in. You know, I missed you.
Thanks.
Carl played well. I played well. I felt like I played well. A lot of the games, I think we lost a game 21-20. A lot of the games were close. We lost that one. And then I think we lost another close one. And then the last one, it was just, at that point, we played a team of maybe 30-somethings, and they were brilliant. You know, they just hit the ball hard, and it was great. I think we won 2 games, actually, not one. God, I'm a mess with my memory.
Well, there's a lot going on.
But I really enjoyed it. I thought I played quite well. The last game, I just got blasted off. I think we lost 21-6. That was it. You know, and then I've spent the last couple of weeks being nervous to look at Duper. I didn't want to ask if it was Dupered.
Was it?
I don't
think it was.
So it hasn't been updated yet. So thankfully, you know, hopefully it won't.
Talking about Duper, I know we're not going to get into Duper, but they brought out a new algorithm now, haven't they?
Yeah. Whatever they do, it seems to be negative.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it works, but I think it's based on, before it was, I think it's more based on your points now. So if you do well,
it doesn't. Do you know what expected goals is?
Yeah, it's like if you get beat, it doesn't matter as long as you.
No, I think it's a case of if you're playing, like if we're playing, I don't know, inadvertently we're playing 3.5s.
Yeah,
they've been moved up, and we beat them 11-1. Our Duper might still go down.
Yeah. Because
you're expected to win.
Right.
It's been very poorly received, and it just seems like they're not really sure they know what they're doing. However, I'm not judging them.
No.
They're doing the best they can. Do we like it? I don't know. I think we've trained ourselves to not worry about it anymore.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's more important for the people on the circuits in America to get it right. Duper's never worked for us in the UK because we don't play enough games.
Well, it's not just that. It's like a lot of the tournaments we've played are not Dupered. So,
well, some are Dupered, some
aren't. So there's no consistency. No. So we can go to a tournament, do brilliantly well,
and it's not Dupered.
And it's not Dupered.
Yeah.
And then we can go to a tournament that is Dupered and be crap.
Well, we actually went to a tournament, and some of it was Dupered, and some of it was not.
Yeah. So there needs to be a consistency with it.
Yeah.
Like every tournament should be Dupered, really.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you know, you're not going to get a true reflection on a person's Duper.
I just wish there was an alternative. And
well, there is alternatives.
Hold that thought, because we're going to be talking about an alternative in the next episode.
Yes.
And that's all I'm going to say on that.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so
you did really well. It was a good
I missed
event.
you. We'd spent so much time over the last few months working hard together, and we'd shown improvement. It was difficult without you. I enjoyed it. It was good playing with Carl. I enjoyed playing with Carl. You know,
and the ladies did really well.
Yeah, the ladies did really well. And you know what? The teams that we played, they were so much fun to be with.
Yeah.
There was a great team from Halifax. We played the Pickleball people team, were brilliant. The Bracknell team, they beat us too much, so they weren't brilliant. But everybody was. It was just great. It was a great environment. I really enjoyed it. And you know, next time you will be there. Until something else goes wrong.
I've just pulled my neck. So.
I need to put you in bubble wrap the week before the tournament. It's getting ridiculous.
So just going back to the motorhome, because I know you want me to talk about it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, let me just put a disclaimer out there.
Yeah.
You've been through this phase before.
Yeah.
So you're...
Well, I haven't been through this motorhome phase. I had a phase where I had a static caravan.
Okay. Regular listeners out there, you know, you always come up to Robert when you see him at a tournament and say, you know, have a joke about your paddles.
Yeah.
Let me just put it this way. It's not really about paddles. As long as I've known you, which is a long time, you've always had whatever obsession you've had. You've always bought a lot of them and sold a lot of them.
My son's fiance is a psychologist, and she said I've got some obsessive disorder. I don't know what
obsessive compulsive.
No, it's not that. It's hyperfixation.
Okay.
So it's like I get something in my head, and then I've got to do it like 100-fold. Anyway, so
you've already been through the stage of caravans where you've started small, upgraded to the top, sold them all off, gone small again, and then now you're onto motorhomes.
Well, the problem is when I did have my caravans and I did have my static, I was working full time at the time, and it was the really wrong time to get these things because I was going.
You then want to relax.
And I'm going for a day, and then thinking I've got to be back at work. So it just wasn't. It was a silly thing to do at the wrong time. Now I've got a bit more time, and so we got this motorhome.
Okay,
and you've seen it. It's.
I have to say, it's not my thing, but as soon as I went in there,
pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, it was really nice.
It's really nice, and
it's really impressive.
Yeah, it is, and we went away with it.
Not bad for 150 grand.
We're living in it permanently. So anyone that's got a motorhome out there or is in that kind of lifestyle where they travel and do things. Let me know, because I'm not going to bore you now on the podcast with it, but
no, we'll bore you when you see.
I'll bore you when I see you with it, because I think it's fantastic. I'm going to use it for some tournaments, hopefully, as well. So Andy's face is a picture. Say no more.
Before we move on, there's just a couple of things I want to mention. Something else I forgot from Rotter.
Rock God, we're going back a bit now.
I know, but it just, this is what happens.
Rotter or Rotor?
Rotor, actually.
Okay.
But, well, it's funny you mentioned that, because I got a call from my brother, who is a massive Everything But the Kitchen Dink fan.
Who isn't?
I know, but he doesn't even play. So I get a call saying, look, it's not Hocker, it's Hoker.
Right.
And it's not A6, it's A6. So,
yeah.
But listen.
And it's not Bath, it's Bath.
Just let me tell you, don't comment on the podcast until you get yourself on a pickleball court, okay?
That's
the end of that. Yeah.
I agree.
So anyway, just going back to Rotor.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that we treated ourselves to a lounge coming back.
Oh God, yeah. And the airport.
We'd had like a bit of a.
Well, we are celebrities, so
we had a good time and we were
fitting,
excited,
really.
And so we booked the lounge, and let me tell you, I've been in a few lounges when I've travelled for work.
Awful.
Let me tell you, I don't know if you've had lounge experience out there, and I'd like to hear, but I don't think anybody has been to a worse lounge than Seville Airport. So there was nothing. I'm a vegan. There was nothing. I've been in plenty, and there's loads of stuff. There was absolutely nothing. So I had these are my options. There was bread. That was my only option. So, or some vegetable. It looked like roadkill.
It looked vile.
Yeah,
honestly, it looked.
So I go in there,
left there for about.
So
10
I thought,
weeks.
you know what? I'll have some toast. This was dinner time, so I'll have some toast. So I put my toast in, and then I realised there's no margarine. I can have margarine. Most margarine is vegan.
Right.
So they only had butter. They had the jam looked rank. It was horrendous. I don't even know what it was. So I was not putting that on my toast. So I had a choice of, surprisingly, I had ketchup, mustard, barbecue sauce, Tabasco sauce, or Worcester sauce. Now, first of all, I thought Worcester sauce was an English thing. I'm amazed it's in Seville Airport.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So out of those choices, what would you put on dry toast?
I wouldn't just butter or margarine.
Yeah, but there was no margarine. If you had that choice, what would you put on?
What were the choices again?
Ketchup, mustard, Tabasco.
I'd just have it dry.
Worcester sauce.
I'd have it dry. Just
or
dry.
ketchup. I think ketchup.
No. Oh,
no.
You having a laugh?
Well, I didn't go for ketchup.
No, I know you didn't, because when you came over, I was like, what the?
So
how is that?
I do like Worcester sauce. I like a bit of spice.
Worcester sauce
so
is
I
nice
had
with
Worcester
cheese
sauce.
on toast.
I know, but they had no
not
cheese
just
for me.
Toast.
Let me tell you,
You're
it
a
was
sick
horrendous.
Man.
It was horrendous. I finished it, but it was horrendous.
Lesson learned.
Anyway, I just wanted to say that. But something else that I suffered in Rotor with cramps.
Yeah.
And then
muscle cramps.
It was actually Gail Ems, who was a guest a few episodes ago, said to me to take magnesium. And then I realized, I looked it up, and I realized, if you remember a while back, we had who were the guys from Orchard Pickleball? We had Orchard Pickleball on.
Oh yes, and they had the
Jigsaw, and they own Jigsaw Health.
Yes,
and they talked about the pickleball cocktail, which I bought, that came from America.
You need to send me the link.
£42 for 60 sachets, and let me tell you, it's a game changer. I don't know if anybody else has got that out there.
So when you say it's a game changer, what you put the sachet in the water, and what's it done for you?
I've thought for a long time. I know we're obsessed with taking.
I always have Lucozade
Sport.
Yeah,
but I don't. It's like processed food to me. It can't be good for you. There's electrolyte, and when I've been to America, a lot of people bring cans with electrolytes. So, and I think that's why I was suffering from cramps in the heat. And don't get me wrong, when it's hot in England, we can't cope. And it's bloody hot in those halls that we play in.
Yeah, it is.
So I started cramping up. I looked into it, and a lot of the electrolytes here, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not getting paid by Pickleball Cocktail. If I like something, I tell people. So the ingredients of Pickleball Cocktail far exceed anything you can get on Amazon here. So I'm just going to recommend it. It's been great for me. I've had it 3 or 4 times tournaments now since, and I've never had an issue. So it's really good.
So if anyone wants the link for that, just DM us and Andy will send you the link.
Yeah.
But I need to get some, don't I?
Yeah. So so that was pretty good. I've been using that.
So you just put it in the water. Just sprinkle it in the water. And that's it. Right.
I bought myself a shaker today, so I can actually do it on site.
Okay.
So that was good. Now the other thing I wanted to talk about, the update. Since the last episode, I think I just got my shoes then, didn't I?
Well, I want to talk about shoes.
And I wore them for the first time.
Yeah.
At the team finals.
Yeah.
Now the problem with buying online, and this is the problem we have with pickleball and tennis shoes, if you go into a regular sports shop or whatever, they generally don't have. They have general use fashion trainers, don't they?
Yeah.
So I had to buy online. When I bought my Hockers, not Hokers, Hockers, I bought an 8.5, which is what I am. So I bought an 8.5 in.
No, it's Hoker.
I know. So I bought my usual size, and they were slightly too big.
Okay.
So I wore them the first night. I really tightened them as hard as I could get them. My feet were tingling, and it was quite a painful experience.
Didn't you tell me your shoe came off during?
Well, I then bought for the team finals. I needed to persevere with them. I didn't want to go back to my other shoes.
I would have loved to have seen that.
So I bought some cheap. I mean, what they call insoles.
Yeah.
Arch support insoles.
Yeah.
So I bought those, and they were like $6.99 on Amazon. I know you can pay up to like 25 quid, and I didn't want to do that. So I bought them. It made it a little bit better, and then in one of the games, my shoe came off, which is never a good sign. But then I realised after that game, I'd missed a hole at the top.
Right. Okay.
So I could tighten them a bit better. More. But I think I've worn them now 3 or 4 times. They're okay. They're fine. They were, out of all the research I did, these were the shoes that came out on top for me.
Right.
I think in hindsight, they're going to be fine. But I think in hindsight, next time I might spend £150 and just get. So I don't know what you're thinking.
Well, let me tell you where I am, because of the list that you came up with, and you said I had the Diadem Court burst. I thought, you know what, I'll give them another go.
Yeah, because they were high on the list.
Yeah. Anyway, I put my insoles in, which I do with every shoe that I wear, and we played last Thursday.
Well, this was your comeback.
This was my
comeback. You played like once in a month, hadn't you?
Literally once. So this was my comeback, which we'll talk about in a minute. But the shoes, when I got home, I had the biggest blisters.
So after my advice, you put those shoes back on again.
I had the biggest blisters on my toes.
Yeah.
So I've decided to go back to my original Asics, not Asics, ones that I wore for I've had them for like 2 years, and they've been amazing. So I've got another pair and I bought them, and I'm going to try them. And I am praying that I don't get any foot pain with these things now, because if I do, I don't know what's next.
No, you see, I don't want to ditch these, but really, are they right for me?
Well, no, probably not.
But I feel like they're getting better. But I understand in your situation, you can have shoes that have a wearing period.
Yeah.
But if you're in pain, you don't want a wearing period, do you?
You don't. And they weren't right, these court bursts, because I thought this my big toe was like red raw. I mean, what's that about?
Oh, you're probably on the verge of breaking that as well.
So
I don't know.
Let's talk about.
I don't. So the shoe conundrum still goes on.
Yes,
we don't have an answer.
We need to get a podiatrist on.
Yeah, I know, but they'll just tell us what we already researched. That's the problem.
I follow a podiatrist on TikTok, and I bought every shoe he said. It's not bloody worked.
So I don't know. I could see a shoe change coming in another few months personally, but I actually spoke to. Just by coincidence, I was talking to a paddle player who came in the office doing something else this week. And we were having a chat, and he was really interested. There was nothing like what you had,
right? With
the problems with, the making fun of you. We had a good chat, and he was asking me about pickleball, and he said that he has Achilles pain. Now, as soon as he says that to me, I'm saying, well, it's your shoes, but he's wearing paddle shoes.
Yeah, I don't think they're any good, these shoes, and I think you've got to have insoles as well. Anyway, let's not get into it.
Okay.
I'm done with shoes.
Fine.
Let's talk about my comeback on Thursday.
Okay. Of the roller coaster of this past 2 weeks.
First of all,
this was the one of the high points.
I'm just trying to think. of when I started using that paddle. When was the first time?
Okay. I think we might have mentioned this last time. We've got some, or we had some raw paddles.
We had some
coming.
raw paddles.
Now, this was the first night you used one of them.
Properly.
Which one was it?
It was the new foam paddle from Raw. I haven't got it handy, so I can't say exactly. But we're going to be doing a whole session.
Yeah, next episode.
We'll be talking all about it. Anyway, I got this paddle. We played Thursday, just the four of us, like we do sometimes. It's a really high standard, and it's a really great night. It's non-stop, and I just never missed a beat. It was like,
I'm smiling now because it was. I know it's rec play,
but it's good.
Everybody out there. We know, we do take rec play seriously, and I know when we had Dane on, he said, treat some of your rec play as tournament, and treat some of it as practice. Now, Thursday night, if it's just four of us, that is
our
tournament mode, because it's a very high standard. We're playing, we're all sort of in and around 4-2, 4-5, bit more maybe. And Thursday's a very important night.
Yeah.
And we'd not played together for a while. You had your new paddle. It was awesome.
The paddle was really good. I loved it. And
we were awesome.
And the play was just fantastic. They
couldn't get near us.
No.
We played together. They could not get near us. It was amazing.
It was.
I don't think we've ever done that before.
No, it was unbelievable. And then obviously with that, we knew that we were doing a practice really, because we had a tournament on the Saturday.
Yes, it was the Saturday.
The Saturday, which was the North restricted tournament in Lancaster.
It was a Northwest only tournament.
Yeah. And we went to the tournament like buzzing.
I mean, confidence was so high. I couldn't wait.
I'm just laughing thinking about it. So we go into our first game. I mean, we know everybody there. It's the Northwest. Everybody knows everybody. And I don't know what it was.
Well, not only that, but there was a couple who played earlier in the day.
Oh, hang on. Let's just go back a bit.
Okay.
Before we played on Thursday night, we had a meeting, and I thought it'd be a good idea to have a pint.
Correct. We had a committee meeting.
We had a committee meeting, and I had a pint before I played. And I've got to tell you, I played the best pickleball I've ever played. So I think the jury's out on the pint. I think the pre-tournament, I'm having a pint.
Right. However, the jury's out because of what happened on Saturday.
But I didn't have a pint.
Well, you brought one with you, didn't you?
But I didn't have it. I should have had it. So we go into our first game. And
we go into our first game. However, we're playing sort of a couple, two men who have filled in.
Well, yes, they played in the 3-5 tournament, and they'd moved up to the 4-0 tournament.
A couple of players that we know very well, and we
lovely guys.
We would not expect to. Yeah, I mean,
to have a problem.
We would walk it.
Yeah,
even by our
and there's a lesson to be learned here.
Even by our standards.
Yeah,
of delusion.
Yeah,
and rollercoastery. That's a great word.
Rollercoastery.
We would never go in overconfident, and I'm not saying we were overconfident, but
nothing happened.
I don't even know how to say this.
It's a bit of a blur because it happened that quick. I mean, the game was up to 15. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it was 15. It wasn't rally scoring. It was 15.
15. We lost 15-2. And I'm not kidding. We were all over the place. Couldn't see the ball. And there's no excuse. I know they've been playing all morning, but the lighting was pretty bad. The ball, and a lot of people had said this, it was hard to see in the light. But apart from that, we were dreadful.
I mean, there's times when, we went on. Yes, there was probably a bit of overconfidence, but is there anything wrong with that?
Fair play. I mean, they played really well, but we were.
They did play well, and they're good players. We never thought they weren't good players, but we would always go and expect to win that match.
Yes.
I'm not saying that's. I don't know if it was because they'd been playing all morning and we just gone on for our first match.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
I don't think it was the light because we swapped to 8 and everybody had the light.
I don't know what it was.
And even when we were 8-2 down,
we still thought
we would win. When it got to 10, I started wavering a bit. And then I could see people at the side when I would say the score, because I like just a habit of mine. I say the score very loud.
Yeah.
And I could see people
looking.
Did he just say there were Did he just
10-2 down? Yeah.
And it was just the most bizarre feeling. Even
It was weird. It was weird.
Afterwards, when we've lost tournament games and we go away and we sort of separate in our own thoughts, and there was nothing. We were just.
Well, we came off.
I'm not
and
saying we were laughing, but we weren't devastated.
We were just because we just said, look, I don't know what's happened.
Something went wrong, but we don't know what it was.
Put it behind us. Maybe I think sometimes you just can have a game like that where nothing goes right.
I mean, we have a reputation of our first game. I mean, if you've got us in this weekend or the Open coming up, if you've got us first, you're laughing.
Yeah.
Because our reputation for our first match is just
we do start slow. We need to,
and I don't know why, but
maybe it's nerves, maybe it's I don't know.
I wasn't tingling. That's the difference.
Maybe we weren't warming up.
I didn't feel any tingling.
No, I don't know what it was, but we came off and we just said, "Look, it can only get better." That was it. That was a shit show, basically.
It was the most shocking score. Like I was completely shocked afterwards.
Yeah,
but it was totally deserved.
Yeah, it was. It was. They played us off the park, as they say. But then we came back in the second game and we were amazing.
What we thought was going to be the toughest.
That was
game,
the toughest.
We then played the second because if you're in a round robin,
yeah,
you lose your first one, you're immediately under pressure.
Yeah,
and I felt no pressure after that either. No. I don't know what it was.
And we were awesome in the second.
And we were awesome. We beat two really top players.
Yeah.
And we were awesome.
And to be honest, we went on then to play really well.
Yeah, we did. You got better and better.
Yeah. What did you say to me at some point?
I don't know what it is about you. And sometimes we're so bad in our first game and sometimes we can't claw it back.
Yeah.
But sometimes when we get going and then we get through to knockouts, it's like I've got to get you through that, or you've got to get yourself through that. And then it's like when Pac-Man takes the pill, or Mario has his mushroom, and he just and he just grows, and all of a sudden it's like for a few points you're running around.
I know. I don't know what it is.
Like Ben Johns crossing the court and everything, and it's like you take a power pill and like there's a power up on the court. You've eaten it, and it's just,
I don't know what it is.
But are you aware?
Yeah, and I think maybe it's the round robin and the stress of getting through. But once I'm through, I feel more relaxed, and then I just
get better and better. Yeah. And then we had the final match, which basically I really enjoyed the tournament because all the games, apart from our first game, they were really close.
Yeah, it was a really
good standard, and it was our standard. It was our peers.
Yeah,
and it was great. And the last match, we lost 15-13. It really they won the gold ultimately.
Yeah,
and at 13-14 down, we get the serve back, and then we blow it. I think I played a really poor shot, and it was one of those where maybe the score got in my mind, and I did a good serve, and it popped up short, and then I didn't really know should I. You're worried about driving it at the wrong time. So I didn't really do anything. And then we lost it.
Yeah.
The serve went back and then they won the next point. And it was disappointing, but it really could have gone either way. And that was the difference between us going into a gold medal match and a bronze medal match.
Yeah.
So we ended up in the bronze medal
2 points,
match.
really.
It was, and that was very satisfying, really, because it was a good standard and everybody
could have gone either way.
Was beating everybody, which was nice to see. It's disappointing then to reflect that the 15-2 defeat, had we have won that in a game we should have won,
yes, we would have
gone into the gold medal match.
Yeah,
and
that's fine margins sometimes.
Yeah,
I mean, how often does that happen where you miss out by 1 point, or it's happened to us before?
And then, of course, as fate often dictates in these tournaments, you play someone in the knockouts for a medal that you played in the first, and it was the players that beat us in the first 2. And again, I knew at that point, first of all, they were on the knees at that point.
But also I think we were like 10-2 up, and then they clawed it back to like
it was
9.
I remember at one point, I think we started in the dark, got a great lead, and then we switched around.
But then remember at one point you just turned to me and you just said, "You need to get me through this."
I know we just got into a slump, and they just getting points. I think we won 15-9 in the end. But they went from like 10-2 to 10-9.
And it got really close.
Sometimes if you just, and I remember at one point, you got that 11th point.
Yeah.
And then it just felt like we were
going to do it.
And we did.
Yeah.
And we did. So.
And it was a great day. And it was great to be back playing again. So looking forward we've got another tournament this weekend.
Yes.
In Oxford.
Now this is going to be a tough one. On a more pickleball surface. which is why we've done.
Not only that, there's no 4.5 category, so it's 4.0 plus. So we're gonna play people that are a lot better as well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a tough
I know
tournament.
you did have a little moan to me when the fixtures came out, but I said,
I saw some names in there, and I thought, well, it's why they're not playing 4-5, and then I realised there's no 4-5.
Yeah.
So,
but we want that kind of practice.
We do, and we can hold our own, so it should be good.
It leads us on to somebody's. I mean, we get a lot. Thanks so much for all your feedback and your questions. But there was one particular question that stood out.
Yes, from Matty, who actually asked us. He's been playing pickleball for 9 months, and he wanted to know. I think he's rated 3.6. He wants to know how he can get to 4.0.
So if anybody knows,
can you let us know?
But the reason I linked him in because from what we were saying about, one of the things is you've got to play better players, and that's why we're going to Oxford to play in a 4.0 with 4.0 plus. So we're going to have 4.5s in there. You've got to. I know it's going to be difficult at times for us.
Yeah.
But one of the keys to getting better is you've got to push yourself, which is exactly why we go to Telford and play open age. I don't, sometimes you might not feel like it's helping you if you get blasted.
There's a few things I've got for Matty, really. And obviously, playing better people will improve your game. But sometimes you might struggle to find people.
But you've got to also, if you can, put yourself out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, playing better people helps. Drilling, I know we say it, drilling is very helpful. Also, don't forget, you are playing not on your own, really. You're playing with somebody else. So your partner has to be in it with you, has to want to get better. I don't know if you've got a regular partner, Matty, or it might be worth finding one, because if you can play with the same person and improve together, that is going to help your journey as well. So drilling, playing with a partner regularly, playing better people, and just practicing, entering tournaments. Keep entering tournaments, because that will also help you improve.
I think one thing we did is although we got to the 4 level, one thing we realised is that you've got to have tournament experience.
Yes.
And we've made a concerted effort.
Yeah,
it remains to be seen if it's going to help us, but we are seeing.
Well, I think we are
signs
getting
of
better
success
now in tournaments.
Yeah. If Karen's listening, can we have a couple of extra round robin games? Just
to give us a chance.
It's almost like in some sports, I can't quite think, but in some sports you have 5 goes at something, and it gives, and you take your best 3 results. That's what we would like. That would be perfect for us. But maybe I'm asking a bit too much.
Maybe.
But yeah.
So that's a bit of advice for you,
Matty. I mean, all professionals would tell you drilling, but it's not that simple.
It comes down to your partner as well. You can be awesome, and if your partner's not up to standard, they're going to target your partner. And then you're in trouble. So as well as you improving, get a regular partner.
It's not so easy.
It's not easy, and people are swapping partners all the time, especially mixed.
I don't need to know about you personally.
But I hope that helps anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, going back to Oxford, if you're at Oxford this weekend, come and say hello. Looking forward to it.
Yeah,
can't wait. And I'm actually playing in the mixed as a last-minute inclusion, so I'm looking forward. to that.
You are. That should be interesting.
Yeah. So we're going down together. I begged you to let me stay in the camper van, but you won't.
Well, I'm not bringing it now.
Okay.
So we're staying in a hotel. Also,
so I expect to call on Saturday morning.
You'll get it.
Saying I can't play.
Yeah, absolutely. Just something else as well from our sponsors, Pickleball People. We now have a discount code for people out there. So if you
we do,
yes, EBTKD10. So if you apply that discount code to your purchases on the Pickleball People's website, you'll get 10% discount. EBTKD10 is the discount code.
Pretty
Just
good.
wanted to mention that as well.
Okay.
Have you got anything else for us?
No, I think that's it. Just wanted to say once again, thanks to everybody. I mean, the support we get is amazing. Thanks for everybody that contacts us, comes up to us.
Yeah,
it's brilliant. Keep it coming. We've got loads of great stuff coming.
And if anyone's got any thoughts or wants us to discuss something that that's you have a bugbear or anything that's
About us.
in the pickleball world that you want us to discuss and you think it needs to be out there, let us know, because we're happy to take on all sorts of comments and stories.
And we've got loads of great episodes coming up. We're going to have the CEO and founder of Raw, Rain and Win, on next week.
Very excited about that.
Yeah. Obviously, we'll be doing our open special. We'll report back on, hopefully Robert not cancelling in Oxford this weekend. So, there's loads coming up. Keep listening. Tell your friends. Have a great week.
Take care.